I'm Keyur. I started with Serverify about 3.5 years back, and let's talk about my life at Serverify today. I knew a lot of team members even before I joined Serverify. I knew Shri, I knew Ranjit, who was the CTO at that point of time, and a lot of other leadership as well, because we had exchanged some information about a possible acquisition of the place where we were working previously. But then a year and another startup later, I finally landed at Serverify. When I joined here, like at any startup, right, my role wasn't very concrete. It was fluid, right? It was a combination of growth, marketing, product, and a bit of business also, if I may add. Initially, in terms of setting things up, I set up the analytics platform itself for Serverify. Post that, one of the biggest stints I did was setting up the entire trade-in business, both on the product side and on the business side. So that took about 6 to 8 months. It was a time where things were happening at the company. Everything was progressing very quickly. And then right before the pandemic hit, I started heading the product team. We managed to scale our revenue almost 3x from what I remember. And that was a good feeling because it came at a tough time, right? We did a lot of feature releases to help grow our revenues, to help expand into new categories, help expand into new markets. And then also as part of my role, I started heading solutioning function, which is kind of a pre-sales role as well. So it's always been juggling between the product and business side of things. I did a lot of market visits to other countries as well, including Turkey, UAE, US, and some parts of Europe as well, where the idea was to interact with the local teams, give them an idea about the product, our business, what we do as a company, and help them in whatever way they need, right? Be it product expertise, be it business development help, be it decks or anything, right? While I was doing that, that also helped me personally because I saw what it took to make a product globally accessible. And now finally I'm back at my role at Founder's Office, where I'm working on certain strategic initiatives and stealth projects which we'll announce soon in the market. So it's been tricky for me, right? I never have had my own manager. I mean, of course, I always reported into someone, but that was always the CEO of the company, who I don't think have the time to manage me personally. And then, I think that trait came into me as well, where I did not micromanage, or it wasn't a presence-based management per se, but it was a output-based management that I did, where the focus was in terms of what kind of output we are generating, what's the efficiency and effectiveness of the output that we are generating. And I think that works in my favor as well, because people today want to work as team members, as friends, and not have a boss-employee dynamic. And I must say that the team has been super supportive, strong, and especially the past couple of years where we were hit by the pandemic, everyone was working from home, there were new challenges, and it's just that I'm very, very proud of how the team has responded in such a situation as well. Memorable moments, there are many, but there are two that I kind of remember. First is presenting the demo for Serverify in a conference that we did in Amsterdam, the digital insurance agenda, and it was fantastic because we were presenting to the who's and who's of the insurtech world. The another one that I starkly remember is a presentation that we did in Cupertino with the Apple leadership team, where we had leaders from Apple, their tech teams, finance teams, legal, a part of our demo. And I remember it was funny because at one point our diagnostics program crashed because of the number of tests that we had run at that moment. And the way we recovered, the conviction with which we still presented, I don't think anyone did figure out. And till date, we continue to have an amazing relationship with Apple, which is continuously growing, I'd say. I think being a co-owner would help everyone be more committed at their work. I'm not saying that people weren't committed earlier or there is a stark difference, but I think being co-owners at a company, right, is always an added incentive because You get the fruits of what you are sowing at the company. I think the work culture that we have developed in Servify is kind of unique, where we are developing bonds not only as co-workers but as friends also. And for me as well, I think I've grown professionally as well as personally being part of Servify.